Good morning, viewers. Uh, Now, into my next lesson, that is BEC, that is Business Email Compromise. You see, nowadays, as already we have discussed in previous lessons, the incidence of fraud is so frequent in different formats that it is no longer remarkable. The incidence of fraud is so frequent on day-to-day basis that it is no more news. The news is what fraud has happened today, what fraud is being investigated. That's it. That's the news. So BEC is another very important concept while dealing with fraud awareness. As the name suggests, business email compromise. This mostly happens either it can happen to an individual or to a corporate. So in the case of a corporate, an email may come saying that from as if it is from a vendor, okay, saying that there is a change in bank account. So the amounts due on this so and so something you create to that bank account and all that one. The thing is here it may be the uh, negligence or ignorance of the on behalf of the employee of the company or a collusion with the purported fraudster. So when you pay monies on that investor to that bank account, changed bank account, it doesn't go to the that particular vendor or to the bank account it is supposed to have gone. It is a email created by a fraudster, maybe by close observation of the company, maybe with the collusion of the employees there. Okay, so that he will have the details of what is pending, against what invoices are pending, and things like that. So here he remits the money, and there it goes to a account. After that account is closed, disappears. It may be from one part of the globe to another part. Okay, somebody may be sitting in some Europe or some whatever, and it might happen in India. Person may lose money in India, or as one of my colleagues has told me about a similar actual instance of his son working in Australia when purported invoices seem to come against which payments have been made, and that's it. And the actual vendor has claimed the money, saying that so much is due to me. This man has wondered where it has gone. I have already sent it, but it turned out to be a fraud. So it's very, very important aspect. Similarly, an individual also might get an email as if it has come from his friend in dire necessity of money, saying, "Dear Mr. Rao, or dear Mr. Narendra, or whatever, who is abroad especially, saying that I am in some problems, blah blah blah. I'll repay you back immediately, but urgently I need this money, blah." And such instances have happened to my knowledge, whereby as a immediate our psychology works. We don't go deep or think that it is a fraud or something. Unfortunately, we come to know of a fraud only after the fraud has occurred. So we immediately send the money. So actually, that email is not from your friend. So how those details are obtained? See, now we have social media. We keep posting on Facebook, Instagram, okay, WhatsApp messages, all these things. So actually, one need not hack your computer or things like that. Once they go through your all these social activities and all that, they will know who you are and all this one and other information. Everything is public now, and then it is not a rocket science anymore to get an individual's information if he's active online. Okay, if somebody is not touching a computer, he's the happiest man. Okay, but I don't think there is anybody like that. So point is, companies can be duped like that with a false claim for the payment of an invoice purported to be from a vendor, but which is not true. Secondly, an individual may get duped like this one, that getting an email like this one. Similarly, such emails also will come regarding as if from a bank. Daily you will get in SMS on your mobiles saying do not respond to SMS, do not respond to emails that we are not sending, blah blah. That's all fine. You listen and you will just cut it out. Or SMS hardly you will see and you say, daily I'm getting the same SMS. That's our human psychology. That's where fraudsters play on your weakness of the human psychology. That is most important. Psychology is most important in any subject. So they see the weakness. So the moment something comes from your bank and all that, then blah blah blah, because we are checking your KYC or something, you give your details and there afterwards you will get a SMS saying some 10,000 rupees is withdrawn from your bank, and then you start running pillar to post. So all these things are there. Say through the business email, this email frauds. Okay, so it can happen like these ways, and the precautions that one should take is that you should have adequate firewalls. They should have internet security. Then you should carefully examine whether you should double check whether that invoice payment is to be made or not, and check with your superiors if you get there's a change in bank account. And also in the case of and sometimes it so happens that email also even the domain name and even everything also as if from your own email, because that is also not very difficult. There are several software where one can just send a mail from you to somebody, your friend, as if it has come from you. Okay, now that is a price we have to pay for the development of technology also, which the fraudsters make use of it. And so okay, so like that you have to make sure that the genuinity of the email, genuinity of the person, genuinity of the invoice and all that one before just remitting the funds, which is the easiest thing to do. Okay, so and also sometimes there may be small changes in the emails like which we as a matter of fact, we just skip it. That's again our human weakness. For example, mine is kollururao@gmail.com. So if my friend gets us, mine is kevo, LLURAO @gmail.com. If somebody, some kevo, creates an email somewhere and kevo with only single L, the moment my friend gets it, he doesn't think twice. He doesn't say properly. Okay, if that request comes and say urgently transfer 25,000, I am so and so got stuck up and all that, I do not have money, blah blah blah. First the friend sends the money to that designated bank account and all that one. Afterwards, during the investigation or whatever, he will come to know, no, there are no two L's, this is single L, you should have seen, and all those things will come out. So to avoid all this one should carefully see the email address, the extensions of the email address. You should have a secure firewalls, and if anything in a company related, you should double check with your superiors. Suppose CFO or CEO is traveling, these cases are also happened. Okay, and the fraudster knows he traveled. So in the guise of him, he sends to the accountant. Okay, urgently send $10,000 to this address. I'm stuck in somewhere abroad, blah blah, or I urgently make some payment, something. Then first and foremost, the employee unfortunately has no courage to double check on that one because it has come from his CEO or CFO. So he cannot double check with anybody. He won't even tell his peers or others. If he's the authorizing person to send the money or whatever, he simply tells a person who is remitting, just urgently sent to our boss this $10,000. That's it. That's the end of the story. So one should be very careful about from where it has come, about the exchanges of this email, spelling mistakes in the email in it, if any, and also the vendor. It means whether you can check with the vendor also before sending. Is it true that your bank account has changed? Yeah, I got an email like this. Should I have to send it to your new bank account? You should get a written confirmation, and even after that also you should get it checked by your superiors. So there are always, that's why my logo always says stop fraud, detect fraud, prevent fraud. Stopping is very difficult. I say it is quite difficult to stop a fraud because you never expect that tonight we are going to be duped. Okay, so detecting is well after the event has happened. So prevention is better than cure, as they say with respect to the doctor's proverb. But so to prevent at least, instead of, for example, overall having 10 frauds happening, by taking preventive steps by everybody, at least they don't happen 10. Maybe randomly 3, 4 may happen for whatever reason. But at least others who have taken these precautions, they can avoid getting duped. Okay, so this business email compromise is an important aspect on day to day, whether it is an individual, whether an individual businessman, or whether it's especially if it's a company. And so the employees also should be repeatedly given a bit of a training or a fraud awareness education because uh, generally we human beings, once you go to your job, you would just go and then we mechanically start working. Okay, so at that time all this logic which you are discussing doesn't strike them at all. Okay, that's why these frauds keep happening. So we have to bring to notice that be concentrated on your job. Any deviation from your what you are doing regularly, you please double check yourself or with your peers or with your seniors before you take action on that, especially in remittance of monies. Once money is gone, that's the end of the story. Okay, so with this brief discussion, so these are all the tricks played by fraudster, what you call as social engineering. I mean, it is just trying to uh, trick the person, trick their brain, okay, and then manipulate. So these are all child's play to a fraudster, and unfortunately, people get caught. And also, again and again, in all frauds, at least many of them, there is collusion. That means the employee knows that it is not a genuine one. He doesn't take any necessary precaution or something. He will afterwards support himself saying, yeah, it has come from CEO, CFO, where I will check. Or, oh, one L, I missed that L, the email address or whatever. Or I thought it has come from our vendor. I mean, you can give any excuse, that comes to his mind at the time of investigation. So, the fraud awareness, fraud education, the consequences of getting caught if the employees are involved are most important, repeatedly be given in the present scenario of everything we are talking on internet, nothing but without a laptop, the work stops anywhere. Without the internet connectivity, the work stops. So, it's highly important to educate. That is the main thing of different frauds. So this is one such fraud which should be done. And incidentally, the IC3, that means Internet Crime Complaint Center of the US, IC3 that is called. However, in some report have said that still the average losses. Actually, no, all these scams and this type, all these are more in or in abroad in US. We come across all these 50,000 to even 100,000, 50,000 to $100,000 of losses. Somebody on average it happens because of this BEC fraud. So, dear viewers, please educate your organization, employees or others, and other peers and all these people about the precautions that one should observe in exercising their daily routines, especially in the finance and accounts department or anything. So, with these few words, I close this short topic on business email compromise and hope it is of some value addition to the viewers. More to come in the future small briefs. Good luck and good day. Thank you.